Hello all and welcome, and I am the MGTOW philosopher. And in this video, I would like to comment on the redhead again, Miss Sex in the Valley. If I was her, I would have changed this name by now. I mean, everybody and their mother, except dopey old broads like this lady, know that show shares a lot of responsibility along with feminism, both more or less the same thing because they sent the same message. That show just popularized the message that you can be old and still get hot, rich guys. It's absurd. That show has caused more unhappiness for women than anything else. And this woman thinks it's some kind of great show. And she's named her channel after it, Miss Sex in the Valley. Now, I'm not sure if she's even a redhead. I've seen some pictures where she's a redhead, some pictures where she has dark hair. Looks like her eyebrows might be red, so maybe she's a redhead. It's hard to say. Anyway, I was going through the page, the intro page when you go onto YouTube. You know, the one that recommends videos. As I was scrolling down, I saw some of hers recommended to me. I guess because I had watched one or two of her videos to do one of my reply videos to one of her videos, and because I commented in a couple of the comment sections. Of course, she ignored all my comments. Yeah, she replied to some of the, the pansy boys, the ones that kissed her feet and kissed her ass, if she allowed them to kiss her wonderful big ass, of course. But she ignored any advice from anybody who even made a marginal amount of sense, but told her harsh truths. Now, I'll admit I was a little harsh, a little salty in my comments, but I believe in tough love, and I was actually trying to help this woman, but of course, as women are, they take everything personally, and she just got offended and assumed I was a troll, of course. I'm not your average troll. I might have been trolling you somewhat, but I actually did give you a lot of helpful advice, and anybody out there who commented in her videos or read my comments in some of her videos will know that. But of course, lacking the self-awareness that all women lack, she totally ignored my advice, of course. What a big surprise! Well, not really. So anyway, as I was looking through the first page of YouTube when you log on, and I saw some of her videos, I was like, what? She's complaining all the time in her videos she can't find a man, and she don't know why. And then I see a video entitled Dating, Sabotaging Relationships, where she's essentially, I guess, as I haven't watched the video yet, whenever I do replies, I like to do it fresh, so I have the most authentic reaction possible. I can only assume she's talking about how she knows she sabotages relationships, and yet, in very recent videos, she seems to have totally forgotten the fact that she sabotages relationships, and she's blaming it on the men. And the reason I find this woman interesting to talk about is because she's such a perfect representative of feminists, modern day feminists, old broads who a long time ago in their college days got indoctrinated and drank the friggin' Kool-Aid. And now that they're old, they can't figure out, woe is me, why am I single? Because you drank the feminist Kool-Aid, and men hate feminists, okay? That's why, you dumb broad. And I wanted to see what this video had to say, and I'm sure you will as well, because there's a massive amount of cognitive dissonance going on here. Not that she has all that much critical thinking ability to begin with. I mean, if she did, she'd see that she's the problem. Ay. Women like this annoy me. I mean, she's at best a 5, and that's with makeup. She might have been a 6 or 7 back in her 20s, maybe. But now, no. Lady, you're old, okay? You've clearly smoked a lot, drank a lot. That takes its toll. But the thing that women don't do is they don't move on from their earlier self-image. They stick to it. She thinks now that she's as hot as she was when she was 22. It's hilarious. Hilarious. Honey, you've dropped 2.5, 3 points at least since you were 20. Don't you get it? Now, women don't get sexual marketplace value. They're all about feelings and love, and we men should be about the same things. Meanwhile, she talks about how great looking some guy was that she dumped because he didn't believe that, it was a horrible thing to hire women that were good looking. because they were good looking. Oh, I want to hire women that are good looking for sales jobs because sex sells. And she dumps them. A 43-year-old broad finds what she calls a great looking, beautiful guy who makes a lot of money, and she dumps him over some comment he made, essentially about if he was a salesman and if he had a sales company, he would hire good looking chicks because they sell shit better because sex sells. I never heard that before. That's feminists for you. They're ruled by their dogma, ruled by their ideology. They can't think for themselves. Their ideology tells them what is right and what is wrong. So let's see what she has to say, shall we? Now that I've set the scenario up and informed you about this broad. You can also go watch the prior video I made. Just look for redhead. Let's see what she has to say about her sabotaging relationships.
Especially when I'm dating someone, I don't spend...
Wait. I gotta rewind it. I did watch about 40 seconds of it. That's about it. So here we go.
Yay, another car video. It's just so easy to sit here and shoot these when I'm tired after work and I don't want to get out of the car. So, here I be.
So you're lazy. I see. What do you think her job is, by the way? I noticed I've seen a lot of articles by her about, man-hating, feminism. I mean, I guess her job is a writer. No, it can't be a writer. I read her stuff. It's crap. I don't see how she could make a living. Of course, that Kathy Griffin chick makes a living, and a very good one, and she's a horrible comedian, and she only makes a good living because she spouts the right propaganda, the right dogma. So I guess this woman could be making a living. Sure.
I've been really actively trying not to sabotage my dating life. It's very difficult for me, I'm finding.
That's so funny. The lack of self-awareness here. Yet 2-3 months later, she's making videos talking about how, I don't know what's going on. What's going on? Selective memory or just bad memory. Maybe she got hit in the head as a child or mommy dropped her on her head. I have no idea. But this woman can't seem to remember her own revelations.
Embarrassingly difficult.
Yeah, that's because you're old, honey. That's because you're old. That's because you don't have your looks to fall back on anymore. When you were younger, men would tolerate your crap because you were better looking. See, here's how it works, honey. Okay, you're good looking when you're younger. Some women are. If you're good looking when you were younger, say at least a 6.5 or 7, which you have to understand the sexual marketplace is not only decided by where you rate on the scale, but how other women rate on it. And since most American women, meaning the majority, are big fat slobs, you being a 6 or 7, your marketplace value goes up in the minds of some men, even though you're still only objectively a 6 or 7. There's so few of them. So, men will tolerate your crap until you're not a 7 anymore. But now you're a 5, and that's with fake up, okay? So you're really about a 4. So, yeah, you thought you had relationships before, but you really didn't, okay? The women were just there to bang you, and they tolerated you for as long as they could, and then they got the hell out of there.
So used to passive-aggressively screwing myself over and doing everything, and I guess that's why it's so much easier for me to be single. I have a hard time dating.
Yeah, you know why? That passive-aggressive bullshit is called feminism. Does it sound good, boys? Well, she is what you're going to get if you date almost any Western woman. Ooh, boy.
And I never really understood that until recently.
Do you understand why? See, she doesn't ask why. She knows there's a problem, but she doesn't take the next logical step to figure out why there's that problem. No, she just blames men. You're saying the problem's with you, honey, so it's you. But you don't want to know why. I see. Okay, continue.
I kind of suck at relationships.
Yeah, you're figuring it out just now. It's amazing you didn't know that when you were in your 20s and your 30s because you weren't interested in a committed relationship because you were riding the cock carousel at light speed and hopping from cock to cock to cock and stretching out that hooch until it could hold bowling balls. Meanwhile, your sexual marketplace value is plummeting at the speed of light. And you've had now 15, 20 years of fulfilling what you believe is a career, which is basically just a fantasy. You've been play acting, essentially getting jobs based on the fact that you're a woman, affirmative action hire, and your writing is crap, by the way, but most of the writing out there is crap these days, and you're getting jobs just because you spout the right dogma, you have the right politics, and you have the right message, and you're willing to push it. So, you're getting jobs, and you're getting paid, because you have a good voice for the message, and you're able to put it across in a semi-literate way. So yeah, but your career is meaningless, essentially. You haven't accomplished anything real. And now you have no kids and no husband either. And you probably never will. I mean, 43? You think you're going to have kids? Any kids you have are going to come out, I don't know, with a lion's head or something? What was that TV show? Beauty and the Beast? Had that chick from Terminator and the guy with the fucking claws and shit who clawed his way out of his mother or something. I mean, she was probably some old broad. There was an alcoholic or something, and this kid got all messed up in the womb. I don't know how he became a freaking lion or tiger or whatever the hell. What was his name? Vincent? That was a weird freaking show. But that's probably the kind of baby you would have. Some kind of freak. So, you know, you're living in fantasy land, honey. Let's continue. This woman just makes me laugh.
Especially when I'm dating someone I don't spend much time with. That's what's going on right now. You know, I'm really busy. He's really busy.
Yeah, geez. A relationship where you spend zero time with the other person, but you expect it to work out. Yeah, you're a woman who's chosen to prioritize career over relationships, so you've chosen to be a man, and you're wondering why you can't find a man. Well, men don't like to date other men. Do you get it?
And that should be fine and normal?
No, it's not fine. Where does she get the idea that that's fine and normal? No, that's not fine and normal. Who told you that was fine and normal? All your divorced friends? All your divorced 40-plus-year-old broads that are just like you, single and with cats? Is that who told you that's normal?
My brain wants to operate in high school mode. It's like, I want to spend more time together.
Oh, yeah, that's high school mode. Yeah, you're in a relationship. That's so immature and childish that people who are in a relationship would actually want to spend time together. Oh, geez, what are they thinking?
I feel like we're appreciated and needed and blah, blah, taken care of and all that stuff.
Honey, the only person that's going to be taken care of in a relationship, if there's a real man in that relationship, is you. If you don't need taking care of, well, you don't need him, you don't appreciate him, you have no real interest in him, why is he going to want to be around you? Well, what's the point? I mean, really, dating is just banging, okay? But if you're not seeing each other, you're not banging. So why be with you? Why? Well, what's the payoff?
It's going to be romantic and all those things.
And she's rolling her eyes as she says this, by the way. And I'll post a link to this video. You can see how objectionable this lady, if I can call her that, Jesus Christ, she's 43 and still trying to ride the cock carousel. Can you believe this shit?
But, like, I don't know if any of that really means anything yet. You know, that's not what really matters.
Oh, okay, this is very interesting. So she's sitting here wondering, I don't get this. She starts the conversation by saying she passive-aggressively destroys relationships, but she doesn't know why. And then she goes on to say that it's the man's fault because he wants all this romance and he wants to spend time with me. Ick. And that's high school level stuff. What? Lady, are you that clueless? You're essentially saying what the problem is and you don't even see it. Yeah, you're actually not being passive aggressive at all. You're being very aggressive in your views. You're letting us know that you have no interest in spending time with a guy. Not really. You prefer to work. And so banging, that's not really my priority. And I don't really have much of an interest in indulging in that to keep him around. And now you're wondering why you're having problems. And you're saying, the title of this is She's Sabotaging Relationships. And then she goes on to mock relationships. She holds them in contempt. And yes, that's what she's seeking. Can you believe the cognitive dissonance going on with this woman? Unbelievable.
But when I'm not spending a lot of time with someone, I basically just end up mind-fucking myself. And telling myself it's never going to work and thinking thinking about all the problems and blowing them out of proportion and making up all these reasons that, like, there's no possible way that we could ever work out. So,
well, there you go. So there's another problem she has, one of many. And this is one of the problems with older broads like this chick. They have too much experience. So they have all these years of accumulated expectations that they have for what they want in a man. And no matter how much they try to tell themselves they're not going to be picky, they're not going to be picky, they're not going to be discriminating, they can't help themselves. They're uber discriminating. They're uber picky. They just can't help it. And she's damaged goods to boot, as you can hear here. She mind fucks herself. Her own words. So she doesn't spend a lot of time with him, and this can't work out, and then she destroys it in her own mind. Of course, there's so many other things going on with the way she thinks and views relationships and men. If you've read any of her stuff, she clearly hates men. It's amazing any guy would go near her, and the only reason they must is because she's an easy lay. I mean, at 43, she better be at least an easy lay. She ain't even an easy lay. Hell, what's the point of going near this broad? Well, zero.
Why am I bothering? Which is, of course, stupid and counterproductive when you're dating someone. Like, unless I'm going to just stop dating him and shut the fuck up.
Well, that's what you do, but you stop dating him. If you watch this woman's video, she stops dating everybody. She dumps them before they can dump her. And I think a lot of this is just her way of avoiding rejection. Women are horrible at taking rejection. That's a lot of the times why they dump a guy, because they're afraid he'll reject her, so I'll reject him, or they think they can find somebody better. A lot of women mind fuck themselves in this way.
You know? But yeah, it's a problem. My mind is a powerful weapon against me.
It's hilarious, the ego on this woman. Yeah. Your mind is not a powerful weapon, honey. Oh yeah, your mind is weak. All right? Are you kidding me? Powerful mind. This woman makes me laugh every time I see her videos.
I think kind of against my happiness.
It's called feminism. Feminism.
I have a really hard time judging between my instincts and my mind fucking me.
Well, what are you talking about? Now she's not making any sense. First of all, your instincts suck. Instincts are a bad way to make decisions in life. And your way of making decisions is based off an ideology that essentially informs you about reality and tells you what to do and what not to do based on certain things you see in others. And do they fit the ideology? Do they not? What does my ideology tell me about these actions? You don't actually think for yourself, okay? So your mind is far from powerful, babe, all right?
So it's going to be tough. I still trying to figure that one out. Here we go.
Yeah, but you're strong and independent. You have such a strong, powerful mind. But at the age of 43, you haven't worked these things out yet. Are you kidding me?
Figure out what I really want.
Oh my God. How does somebody reach the age of 43 and lack self-awareness to this degree? Can somebody please tell me? I mean, I know how, but I'm feigning ignorance simply for the sake of the video. And for the sake of exaggeration. But really, it's absurd that somebody this old, it doesn't surprise me. I'm trying to feign surprise for the sake of the video, but really, it's pathetic that someone this age would be so lacking in self-awareness. It still annoys the crap out of me that a 43-year-old woman, anybody the age of 43, is this brain dead in regards to themselves.
I need. Who knows, right? Yeah. Anyway, I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I know that I tend to get really into my head and try to sabotage things for myself because I don't know how to have a healthy relationship.
But you blamed relationships. You mocked relationships. You don't even like the idea. You call it high schoolish and sophomoric, essentially. This chick is so funny. I love it.
Which sucks. I'm trying real hard, though.
You're not... What was it, Yoda? The little green motherfucker. There is no try. There is do and don't do. Well, bitch, that's one of the few things Yoda was right about. I mean, he stole it from Eastern philosophy, but hey, it's true. You do or you don't. Try is just an excuse that weak people give themselves to fail.
I'm trying real hard. Anyway, let's try you guys think about that. I'm going to do that because I know it makes me feel better or worse.
You're not interested in feeling better. You're interested in the very few simps, cucks, and white knight manginas that come onto your comment sections and tell you how beautiful and great you are at 43 years old with all your wrinkles and crow's feet and 2 inches of fake up on your face. That's all you want to hear. You just want to be enabled, and you just want people to tell you what you want to hear. You don't want somebody like myself coming in and giving you real solid answers because you don't like how I presented it to you, and you don't like to hear the truth. Which is why you're having all these problems, of course, because you can't figure out what the truth is, and you can't face it when it's presented to you. And you want to rule the world? You do rule the world now. Oh, well, that's why it's falling apart.
I hope everybody's great, and I'll talk to you soon.
I don't want to be like this. Why are you like that, then? Let me just finish by saying this and respond to that. You are the way you want to be. It's that simple. You make choices in life, and those choices lead to who you are. If you don't want to be that way, you change. It's that simple. Only you can change you. If people don't want to change, they don't change. It's that simple. It's not complicated at all. Leftists like to make things complicated because they can sit around and debate endlessly and debate with their opponents endlessly, and then nothing gets done. And meanwhile, things continue to go down the cultural, Marxist, feminist shitter. You want to fix things, honey? Start with yourself. Okay? The problem is you, no one else. I am the MGTOW philosopher, and I wish you all a good day. Take care.